Alright, it's time. Well, it is almost time. It's time for Halloween. It's time for Halloween stuff, all the Halloween goodsy, all the Halloween things, all the Halloween awesomeness. It's not Halloween yet, but it's the next best thing. It's not Halloween yet, but it's the next best thing. That's what I was trying to say. It's fall! It's finally fall. It's officially fall. I've been waiting for fall, for everything to be better, just for my life to be better. I depend on fall for my life to be fixed, and it is fixed on fall. I don't know what happens, I don't know what sort of magic happens. I just get happy, and I get to recommend to you books for Halloween, because it's time to collect the books and read them for Halloween. So these are going to be a few books for specific weirdos to be read on Halloween. Basically, book recommendations for specific tastes. Whether that taste is to end people, or to gobble people, or to gobble people that have been ended. It's all gonna be here for you. So, hi, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna be recommending 7 books, which should be enough for a month. Unless you're like me, then I'm gonna make another video and recommend more. Yeah, for every taste, for everyone, just a little bit for everyone in Halloween. And let's start with let's start with something that I've read recently, like 2-3 days ago, and that is We Have Always Lived in the Castle, Shirley Jackson. This is a book written and published in 1920 or 1922, something like that, something around the 20s. And ma'am, it just got to me. I just discovered this book and read this book. I discovered it while reading a different book. Man, I rated it 5 stars. I absolutely fucking loved it. So this is a gothic-y vibe kind of story. It is set in the 1920s, and it follows the tale of 2 sisters, Mary Kate Blackwood and Constance Blackwood. First of all, if any of you have the last name Blackwood, marry me, because I love that fucking last name so much. It is so cool. There was a murder case that happened in the household where basically the entire family had passed away in a way that is not an accident. And one of the sisters got charged with murder, but then the charges dropped. She was the main suspect, but then the charges dropped. And after that entire murder trial, they were ostracized from the community. They weren't even liked before because they're like, you know, rich and stuff. But then they were completely ostracized from community and from the society around them and everyone around them, and they are hated and feared and just despised. This is from the POV of Mary Kate Blackwood, who is in her late teens or in her teens, and then Constance is in her early 30s. It had this foreboding yet wholesome feeling that I loved so much. You basically follow her. It's not super eventful or anything like that. You just basically follow the stuff that happens around the house, and it is just, I don't know how the bitch managed to do this, but she had both foreboding and wholesomeness mingled, my man. I absolutely loved it. I personally found it relatable in ways that I did not expect at all. It's not a book that you read and you're just like, oh my god, that's me, what the fuck? But it just was relatable in a way that, my man, if you get anxiety when you go out and you don't want to go out and you're paranoid, you are going to find this relatable, and I'm sorry for you. Then we have Hide by Kirsten White. Also, a recent read. Loved it so much. I did not expect to love it as much as I did. So, Hide by Kirsten White follows the tale of 14 people. It is from the POV of one of the people, and they are basically people who are struggling in society, people without housing, people living in shelters, people with issues, just people who are struggling in society. So they are gathered up in sneaky ways, and they come across this proposal of a game where they would play hide and seek basically in an abandoned theme park, and for 7 days, and each day 2 people lose in the game. Each day 2 people lose in the game, and they have to get away from the game. And it is unhinged. It is super duper unhinged. If you like the opposite of We Have Always Lived in the Castle, something completely unhinged and very eventful, especially by the middle to the end of the book, this is going to be for you. This is a thriller, and it is thrilling. If you like conspiracy theories, this is a lot of conspiracy theories. This is just, the ending is a conspiracy theory galore, and I loved it. I just flipped page after page after page after page, and I absolutely had one hell of a fun time reading the book. If you're looking for gore, just gore, not too much gore, but gore and yuckiness, and feel hatred, and to feel, I don't know. If you want Stalker, but Stalker without the smut, because Lord knows every goddamn Stalker story now is smutty. This is Dear Laura by Gemma Amul. So this follows Laura, the story of Laura. It's from her POV. I forgot if it's third person or first person, but it is from her POV. And one time when she's a little baby, her friend gets kidnapped, and then she starts receiving letters from the alleged kidnapper of her friend. And since she was, I think, 12, 13 something, they were really, really young, until her 40s, her late 40s, she keeps receiving those letters, and those letters start as favors for her to do. In turn, receive her friends, which was named Bobby, if I'm not mistaken, whereabouts, because he was kidnapped and they haven't found either him or his body, as if he and his body are the same thing. I meant him alive or him not alive. And she thought she might by acquiescing to the requests that were in the letters, and through time those requests and those letters get more and more unhinged. I am talking gore unhinged, and I'm talking very, very hate-inducing unhinged, and I really, 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 really liked it. And then I think I wouldn't say it was a little disappointing. It just wasn't what I expected, but I still loved it nonetheless. I think it was 4.5 or even 5. I really, really enjoyed the book. If you want just straight up disgusting gore, not even gore, just disgust, this is Dead Inside by Chandler Morrison. I did not expect to like this, but I really, really enjoyed this. So this follows a dude who works in a hospital and specifically interested in the morgue side of the hospital because he likes to fuck dead bodies. This is a necrophilia book, and I liked it, and I will not apologize. I should apologize. I'm sorry that I like this book. So you think it's the worst of the worst, right? You think this is it. This is the worst thing that ever happened that I've read in my entire life, and it is described in details. Everything that happens in the morgue. Yeah. But then he meets someone, and we meet the love interest, and she is worse than him. And there is just one scene. Please check your trigger warning. Check your trigger warning and then check them again. This has SA, it has grape, it has something that deals with babies and fetuses and basically just miscarriages and dead babies and stuff like that. Check your trigger warning. It is bloody, it is gory, it is gross, it is disgusting, and it fits Halloween. So if you're looking for disgusting gore, this is for you. If you're looking for gore that's not really disgusting, plus it has a valid plot, then Eric LaRocca, my man. I haven't talked about Eric LaRocca in a while, and I feel weird because I love the author so freaking much. I love the author. So this is You've Lost a Lot of Blood by Eric LaRocca, and it basically follows, and it's from the POV and follows the POV of a girl who is a video game programmer, and she gets the chance of a lifetime to work with her favorite game creator, video game creator and character creator, and she gets invited to their house and to live there, stay there for a little bit while working and developing the game. But then shit gets gory and weird real fucking quick. So basically she gets there and shit is fucking weird. The game creator is nowhere to be found, so the rumor has it that he is very, very, very sick and unable to work like before, and no one knows why. And then we meet his sister, and his sister is weird, and then we see him and he is weird, and everything is weird, and then it hadn't, and then that I did not expect at all. I did not expect at all. This has like a sci-fi metal part gore, and I never really was into that, but I changed my mind after this book. I really, 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 really liked it. The beginning is very, very foreboding. It's very weird in a way that you can't explain really. Like, This is fucking weird, but why? I don't know. It's okay. She's in a house, she's eating. This is the gardener. This is the homekeeper. But what feels weird? And you don't know until almost the very end. It is a short read that fits Halloween perfectly, actually. If you're not looking for gore, you're not looking for smut, you're not looking for bloody stuff, you're not looking for disgustingness, you're not looking for anything. If you're vanilla, then this is amazing. This is the Curious Case of Fairy Wolf Falls. I loved this one so much. I love this one so much. I don't really remember how I got it, how it came to me, but I found it in my TBR, like in my digital TBR, and I just started reading it just to start reading it, and I was absolutely in love. This is an incredibly wholesome story following the POV of a witch. And the magic system that was created for the series, it is a series, but every book can be read as a standalone, so that's perfect. I think every book can be read as a standalone. But the magic system that was created here is really unique. It is very wholesome, not childish or immature, but it is sophomoric. It is very safe, it is very vanilla, no smut, basically barely a love interest, and I love that so much. This is like if A Good Girl Guides to Murder, which it's just a book that I love so much, meets magic. So there's a murder, and she sets on this little adventure where she tries to figure out what happens. It has vampires, and it has werewolves, and it has witches and shapeshifters and familiars, like in ways that you haven't seen before, but it's very comforting and very wholesome. And since it's fall and it is currently raining and the sun is shining, and it's just raining and a bit cloudy, but there's sun, and it's perfect, and it makes me want to reread the book now because of the weather. So if you're not looking for wholesome, you're looking for the opposite of wholesome. I'm saying wholesome here, this is all the way fucking there. This is in a different goddamn dimension. Smut. Pure fucking unadulated smut. Good Girl by M. Violet. Baby! This is a novella. It's very short, it's a quick read. It follows a girl named Bailey on Halloween, and they were supposed to go to a Halloween party, and then she gets there to go into this haunted house that no one is really... people are afraid of. There's a foreboding feeling about that house, baby. And she goes there, and she, gets there, and she does it anyways. And then she figures out that the legend is real. And the legend being 3 dead guys. Oh my god. This is a paranormal romance, a reverse harem paranormal romance. It is smut on smut on smut on smut on smut. You go in, and you're like, oh my gosh, she's annoying. I don't really like this that much. And then she gets into the house, and stuff starts throbbing. It's just smut. It's just smut. Does it have a valid plot? No. Do I care? Not even a little bit. If you just want smut, this is smut for you. If you're looking for smut and plot and character building, because Lord knows The Good Girl, no character building, barely any plot. The plot is this: a girl gets there to go into a haunted house. She goes into the haunted house, figures out the legend is real. But if you're actually looking for plot and character building, Revelations, but this follows a succubus, a goddamn succubus. A succubus is a creature that gets her life force by fucking people. I really like this one. It has a lot of character building. It has a lot of... gives you plot. It gives you plot until one day she does that to someone, and she's like, oh my god, I feel so bad. But then he doesn't die, and she's like, what the fuck, why didn't you die? And then we figure out why he didn't die, and it is a reverse harem. It's very dark. This is actually what Haunted Island wants to be, and I don't understand why it's not hyped. Plus the author is amazing. This is by Rebecca Wright, if I haven't told you, and she deserves all the support in the world. I really like her. It is so inclusive, it is so diverse, and it is fucking smutty, my man. I am talking smut, the darkest smut. I'm talking really gory smut, so check your trigger warnings. If you're looking for just pure goddamn adventure and plot, not really a lot of smut, there is spice, but not really a lot of smut, then I have to recommend this again. I just talked about this. So I'm gonna link the video for more detail. But this is Queens of Moirai by Rhiannon Harviden. This is incredible for Halloween, incredible for the month of October in general. So this is the origin story of the Grim Reaper. Follows the story of the Fates, if you know about them. So in Greek mythology, there are these three creatures that were known as the Moirai, or now known as the Fates, and Clotho, Lachesis, and Anthropo. Clotho is the one that creates life, not creates life, but she's the beginning of life. And then Lachesis is the one that handles the thread of life, which is basically your life, the duration of your life. And then Anthropo, the one that cuts the thread of life, is basically death. She is the Grim Reaper, and this follows a descendant of Anthropo. You're following that. This is the Grim Reaper POV. She is called Marina in the book, and my man, I really liked it. This is like a dark-ish Rapunzel retelling, Rapunzel aspect, a little bit of Rapunzel aspect, and then just pure awesomeness. This was 5 stars. I loved this book so freaking much. And again, the author is the coolest person ever. I ended up chatting with her even after I filmed my original video of me talking about the book, and she is just the sweetest person ever, and she deserves all the support in the world. Like, she really deserves all the support in the world. If there's an author that deserves support, it's this one. She's really amazing. So the romance aspect of it, and then the triangle love aspect of it, and then which is also the romance, and then the adventure and the plot, and it was mixed to perfection, my dude. It was perfect. It was mixed to perfection, and I really loved it. But it does end on a cliffhanger, so deal with that. That's it though. I didn't give 7. I thought I was gonna give 7, but I gave more. Yeah, I just improvised because I kept thinking of books that I want to share with you, and it ended up being more than 7, so maybe it's, what is it, 9 or something? So yeah, this is whatever book number I recommended. Books of specific people on Halloween. I think this covered not all, but the majority of what people would want in books. So let me know if you want more. I'm happy to do more because I like it. I like Halloween and I like weird books. So but yeah, happy fall and happy reading and almost happy Halloween. Other than that though, that's it. I love you. I'm gonna see you next video. Goodbye.